Hi, I have another review for you, and this review is called Love You Gone by Rona Halsall. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a psychological thriller. The publisher is Bookature. It will be released on November 15th, and I have a blog tour for this, so I won't, even though I'm doing this review a few days early, I won't release this video until the tour runs. Let me start off with the blurb, and it's kind of brief, which is kind of good. Hello, police. My husband and children, they're gone. When Mel arrives at the holiday cottage in the Lake District, she expects to find the heating on and her husband Luke and the two children waiting for her. Maybe a bottle of wine open. Instead, there's just a note on the side saying they've gone out for a walk. But they aren't back several hours later, and Mel knows something is wrong, really wrong. When a search doesn't find them, she has to confess to the police that her marriage is not all that it seems, even if it risks her own secrets being revealed. The publisher adds an absolutely incredible page-turning psychological thriller with a twist that you won't see coming, for fans of Gone Girl, Behind Closed Doors, and Ruth Ware. Okay, as far as the books that it's compared to, I haven't read those. I do have The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, but I haven't had a chance to read it. And I also have Gone Girl, and I haven't had a chance to read that. So because I'm aware of the synopsises of those books, I have an idea that this is going to be a great psychological thriller. Well, let me tell you, as the blurb stated, Mel and her husband were going to go to this cottage and have a holiday weekend with their two children. Luke and the children go ahead of Mel because she's held up by work. Now, Mel is anxious not only because of work, but also because her marriage isn't as solid as she'd like, and just maybe this weekend with Luke and the children will turn things around. So she's kind of hopeful. Well, she gets there with a lot of trepidation, but she does get there, and when she does, nobody's home. The cottage is cold. There's no sign of the family, but what's odd is the car is in the driveway. Well, she does find a note saying that they've gone for a walk. So she heats up the place and she relaxes and she waits and waits and waits. Well, several hours later, they haven't come back yet. So she's forced to call the police and mountain rescue so that they can embark on a search for this family. So the police come and they're asking questions, and she gives them what limited information she has, and they start looking. Well, they have to keep coming back because every stone is turning, nothing is happening. They're not finding any clues. Well, as they keep coming back to talk to Mel, she starts to reveal things little by little. As that happens, the reader is taken back because we go from the present tense to the past tense. And in the past, we learn how they got together, about the family, about their marriage, and going further. But I'm going to leave a lot of that, if not most of it, out, because those, I think, would be spoilers. But the reason I mention the way the book goes into the past and it brings us up to the present is because that's kind of what Mel does with the police. She tells them a little bit of this. They go away, they come back, and she tells them a little bit of that. They go away and she tells them a little bit more. So they keep having to piece all of these things together, and they keep searching the house and they're trying to figure it out. Meanwhile, the story shifts from this psychological thriller, like what happened to the family, to a drama, because there were problems, very, very deep problems, even to the point where I might put a couple of trigger warnings in my written review. I'm not sure yet if I want to do that here, so I won't. But I will say that it's a very dramatic story. The marriage is not what it seems. I'm not spoiling that because that's what the blurb says. So things obviously work out. There's a conclusion to the matter. But in this conclusion, as it comes, it's a shocker. At least it was a shocker to me, and I'm sure it will be a shocker to many. The ending wrapped up really smooth, and then there was the epilogue, which kind of totally just blew everything up. Just blew everything up for me. So that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that I've raised your anticipation enough that you'll check it out yourself, because I think it's a good read. All right. Thank you for your time.